Welcome to the Miracles and Wellness Podcast. My name is Clarissa and I'm your life and wellness coach and also a beauty expert. I am so happy and grateful that you are here. We'll be discussing all things health and wellness, feeling empowered, and loving yourself more while connecting your mind, body, and spirit. Always know that you can manifest whatever you desire for your greater well-being in your life because I believe that miracles are for everyone. Friends, today we're going to do a mini episode. So I was thinking about maybe doing more of these. So if you like mini episodes, please let me know. So what you can do is go to the the reviews section and leave a review. And honestly, I love reviews all the time because it lets me know if you're engaged with the content, if you love it, or if you like me to talk about something. Leave me a question. You can leave questions here, the Facebook group, on Instagram. But also just leave me a review and tell me how you feel and if you like some more mini episodes, and I'll do some more of those. All right. So today we're going to talk about food cravings. All right. Because sometimes, we all have them. Sometimes about 90% of the population has food cravings. Right. It is what it is. So whether that's salty, sweet, crunchy, whatever the thing is, we're all different. Right. And there's different reasons for why we get cravings, whether it's your environment. Maybe you're out walking, you're on your way to work, or you're just out on a nice stroll and you go past a bakery and it smells oh so good. Your senses are kicking in. All your five senses, right? They all can play a part. And you're like, oh my gosh, you was not thinking about a cupcake or anything like that, but you walk by and you're just like, oh yes, right now I need me a cupcake. And now you just want something sweet, right? And so that could also trigger that. Whether you are stressed out, we talk about stress, and maybe you feel stressed and you just feel like you just want something because you think that's going to help make you feel more regulated, that your fight or flight response is kicking in and you're like, oh, I just need something. Also, sometimes you feel low on energy. Do you ever do that? Like you feel super tired, you're just so fatigued and you're like, man, I just need a little pick me up, and you run to the snack machine. Or you do run back and get that cupcake that you smelled earlier because it's been on your mind all day. You'll be like, man, you go to work and you be like, man, I need me that cupcake. It smells so good. And then you feel tired and then you go run and get that because you don't have any energy. Also, maybe your hormones. Hormones, they can do all kinds of things to us. Sometimes they may want to make you eat chocolate, for example. So it's just different things. So sometimes whenever we are having cravings, we might reach for something sugary. Or salty. So let's say cookies and chips. And so let's find something we could do, because we know that those aren't exactly the best options, right? So let's say you're having a craving. First, just try to give yourself a moment to wait it out. That's that being mindful of, how you're feeling, right? Just taking a moment. Just give yourself a couple minutes. If you are thinking about going to the snack machine, for example, just being like, I'm just going to give myself 5 minutes. I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to take some deep breaths. You're just waiting it out, giving yourself some time, right? Because cravings, they can calm down. Sometimes they just go away. Sometimes you're ever just sitting at home and you're bored and you just start snacking, right? So just finding an activity to do. So the craving might go away. So give yourself like 5 or 10 minutes, right? And so it might happen. And so if it's stress induced, the same way. So if you're feeling like you're stressed out and you want to reach for a snack or something, instead of doing that, go for a walk, right? Go to the gym, do something more vigorous. It all depends on what you're into. Go do a yoga class, and that's all, I love my yoga. It's also very centering. And so you'll get the best of both worlds. You want to hit the gym or just doing something else, meditate, journal, finding something to replace that, okay? So if you want to, but also might be good to do the walking or do the working out, because so your hands are busy, right? So you're not just reaching for something. And also drinking some water, making sure that you are thoroughly hydrated all the time. And sometimes that can also contribute to the low energy. Sometimes we think we are hungry and we are just dehydrated and we need some water to drink, right? So just making sure you just drinking some water, carrying something with you. I always like to suggest to people to carry a water bottle with them, however big or small, depends on how often you want to fill it up, and just making sure you are hydrated. A good rule of thumb is drinking half of your body weight in ounces. It's just a rule of thumb, so it's different for everybody. You can drink more, you can drink less, depending on how active you are. If you consume more caffeine, you might want to add more in. Or you can just, for instance, look at your urine. Is it pale? How yellow is it? If it's really concentrated in a deep yellow, increase your water intake. If the more clear yellow it is, the more hydrated you are. You could also do it like that. So if you want to do it with the weight one, for example, 100 pounds, 50 ounces, right? So there's no right or wrong way. It's different for everybody. So there is the general gallon that we need to drink. And this is different. So there's been times where you're out running, or you're just doing something more vigorous, or it's hot outside, or you're drinking more coffee. Then you might do more. But so it's just a general rule. Okay. So there is that gallon that people say, but a lot of times just go off of your body, because we're all different. All our needs are different. All our nutritional intake is different. Everything. So just be mindful of that. You could do the weight. You could do the 150 ounces, I was just saying. And then coffee. Like, I like to have coffee in the morning. I also like to make green drinks, because it kind of depends on what I'm going on. But I always start my day with water. I always try my best to, as soon as I get up, to have 1 or 2 glasses of water to get that hydration back in. Because as you're sleeping, your body is going to be dehydrated when you wake up, right? So just making sure you do that. And so if you drink coffee, that's more. If you go out and have drinks, you might want to consume more water. All right. It just kind of depends. You can also try to do a healthier swap. Okay. So for instance, if you are craving potato chips, try something like air popcorn. It'll still give you some of that saltiness, but it's not going to be as heavy as the chips. Like, I like to crunch on things, and I also like chips. So I try my best to keep carrots around. You're probably like, carrots and potato chips are not the same thing. I get it. Okay. But for some reason I like to crunch. And so I'll have like some carrots, and I'll dip it in like some hummus. I love hummus. It's not for everybody, but there's so many different varieties you could do. So if you have tried hummus before and you didn't like it, or you've never tried it, give it a try. You can also make hummus at home. It's not as difficult as it might seem. You get a food processor, put some, depending on what you're going to do, some roasted red peppers in there, some garlic, tahini, depending on what you're making, right? But try that. I really enjoy hummus. And it's a healthier option. Chickpeas, forgot to put chickpeas in there, compared to like spinach artichoke dip. Okay, and we know that's good. But is it the healthiest option? Probably not. Once in a while, it's okay. Okay, it's okay to have something once in a while. But, spinach artichoke dip compared to hummus is pretty much going to be the better option for you. Okay? And so, depending on what it is, the sweetness. So instead of doing the cookies, opt out for some fruit. Fruit is so good. Antioxidants. It'll give you that natural energy, right? And fruit is nature's candy. And honestly, if that's not working for you, give yourself permission to indulge, all right? So if you are craving the sweets, have a small piece of the sweet. Allow yourself to enjoy it. And give yourself the permission, be like, I'm going to have this today at this moment because this is what I enjoy. But I'm saying a small piece. Don't go crazy with it. Just enjoy it. Because the craving might not go away. So eat a moderate portion of the food. And just being mindful of everything. Enjoy the experience, right? Just taking moments to notice it, the texture of it. Using all your senses. How does this taste on my palate? The smell. Just, enjoy it and pay attention to everything about whatever it is that you're eating. And allow yourself to take note of the experience. And do not feel guilty about it if you choose to go that way. So if you had the healthy option and it didn't do it for you, and you did all the other steps and you still want it, allow yourself to do it. Be aware of what's going on, being mindful of the experience and taking it and eating it slowly and enjoying it and paying attention to what you're doing, right? And being like, it's okay. You can tell yourself, it's okay for me to have this right now. All right. Do not feel any guilt about it. Do not feel any guilt. Give yourself the grace to move through it, and then it'll be over. And if you give yourself the permission and enjoy it, and the guilt does not come up, then it'll be an easier experience for you. Then you won't feel guilty, because when you feel guilty about what you're eating, sometimes you wind up eating more and you go in a downward spiral. Okay. So I hope that helped. Okay, guys. So let me know if you would like more episodes during the week, more shorter episodes, and I would love to do that for you. So leave me a review. It means so much to me, and I will talk to you soon. And yes, don't forget, you can also come over to the Facebook group and ask questions, all those things. That's bit.ly/wellbeing group. And also, I do have a download you could have with some guilt-free chocolate recipes to help you out with a sweet tooth. And the link is down below, but it is bit.ly/guilt-free choco. So you could go there, click there. It's 5 recipes, free for you to have. And I would love to know what you think about it. All right, so until next time, bye.
If you like my mommy show, leave a review. Bye, guys.
Thank you so much for coming by. And if you enjoyed the show, I would love for you to head over to iTunes, subscribe, share, and leave a written review at Miracles and Wellness. I would love to know your thoughts and what you would like for me to talk about next. Also, let's connect on Instagram at Clarissa D. Booker. Until next time, love and light.